Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Family Fun Force podcast. I'm Jess,
I'm Matt.
and today we are reviewing Operation Tango.
Mango.
Tango.
Mango.
Tang. Tango. Tango.
Jazz.
Rated E10 for mild violence? Question mark. There is no ESRB listed for this game.
I would say
This was a listing that was on the Microsoft website.
it would probably get like a teen rating after ESRB because of like the kinds of things that you read in the people's stuff. I don't think it would get more than a teen though.
Yeah, I agree. I think this should have gotten T for teen for mild violence. I don't know what kind of content, language, etc. I don't know.
Language and suggested themes would
Suggestive
probably be it.
themes. Were there suggestive themes?
Just in like people's like messages. I like honestly I don't think anything is bad. I'm just saying ESRB often overrates things.
But yeah, there's per usual. There's no rating on PC. And oddly, there is no rating on the PlayStation Network, even though this game's been available since June 12th of this year. So that's weird. But yeah, so the Microsoft Store rated E10 for mild violence. I would say this is closer to a teen. It's available on PC, PS4 slash PS5, Xbox One slash Xbox One Series X slash X slash slash.
Slash.
I'm gonna have to come up with a better way to say all that.
Just go like Xbox One Plus.
No, that's not clear enough for people.
X everything after
I
Xbox
really
One.
could just say current and next gen. Probably be the best bet. I don't know. Anyways, players. It's two player. There is no single player, much like our last game. This is a cooperative puzzle and stealth game.
Unlike our last game, this one has original content.
I mean, yes, I would agree with that statement. Um, rated. It wasn't rated across every single console it's available on, so I'm averaging out about a 72% on Metacritic.
What's wrong with people?
You think everybody should be playing this in every console? No response. Okay, get you a synopsis. Operation Tango is an espionage themed cooperative adventure challenging you and a friend to complete dangerous missions across the globe in a high tech, near future world. As an exclusive team of two, you and your partner will become agent and hacker, working in tandem to bring a high tech global menace to its knees. With only your voice to link you, teamwork is crucial and communication is key. What do you got for us, Matt?
Espionage being the biggest word in that description is surprising to me. So,
This was a listing on the Steam listing because the website had surprisingly little information.
yeah, Operation Tango was developed by Clever Plays. Well, developed and published. From what I can gather, Clever Plays has assisted in development of many games, but they only list two titles on their website, and that is Operation Tango and Leap of Fate, which I don't have much information on.
I think I've heard of it, but I don't think I played it.
Game mechanics for Operation Tango focus on asymmetric co-op puzzles. One player plays a first-person interactive puzzle game where you go around, interact with objects in the world to try to solve puzzles. The second player plays as a VR computer terminal and you interact with computer systems. Very reminiscent, actually, of the operating system from Jurassic Park. For those who remember that Unix-based system. I'll also use this time to say that Unix-based system everyone loves to make fun of in Jurassic Park was a real operating system. So, suck it, nerds.
Okay.
Most puzzles require both players to do tasks in unison, often relying on information from the other player. What's next?
um. Yeah, so that's like the most basic way to list the game mechanics. This game is complicated. I'm not gonna lie. When we say that communication
The agent would, of course, think this game is
is key,
complicated.
shush.
The hacker, of course, might have a
Oh,
different opinion.
hacker pulls up glasses. Shing.
Tweaks my seductive red mustache. That's the word.
You don't have that though.
No,
Um,
because I have an attractive beard.
there are too many things to say exactly how each thing works because it's different in every level.
Every level's different.
Every
Very
level's different. You're not really repeating anything. It's hard to really like pinpoint it, but it's just like one person being the agent gets to see what everything looks like in real life, and then the hacker gets like
Gets to stalk the agent through cameras.
um
And that's about it.
yeah, that sounds right.
and try to be one step ahead of the agent because the agents get temperamental if stuff doesn't just happen when they click on it.
Are you trying to call somebody out on
No,
something
I don't know what you're talking
here?
about. I'm just talking about my experiences playing
Like,
this
are
game.
you gonna say that agents are always angry or something?
Well, from my experience, 100% of agents I've played this game with are mostly angry.
Okay, so for adults, this is a challenging cooperative puzzle game that relies on clear communication and timing. The game has basic tasks but relies heavily on teamwork to finish missions. Yeah,
Hey, Jess.
teamwork.
3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
You
That was a
need
test and you failed. Go ahead.
I 3, 2, 1. What? Go ahead. What?
No, go ahead.
What is happening here?
Continue.
There's nothing for me to continue.
Right, because
I
you
read.
failed. So, I
You
think
see, this person likes to just
adults.
trigger me, and then he's like, "I don't understand why you're so mad."
I think adults would enjoy the complex puzzles that are actually difficult.
You wanted me to ask you.
No, I just wanted you to read more. I thought you had more to read.
I was gonna like say more after you
You
said
can you
some.
can still say more.
Finish what you were saying.
I think adults will enjoy the complex puzzles that are actually pretty difficult at times. Many different mechanics, almost always something new. Literally every level has like new stuff, and they very rarely repeat anything, which is pretty cool. And hacking that makes you actually feel like a hacker. Now, you're not actually typing in like any scripting commands or opening any DOS windows, which is a little sad. But the mechanics they have for the hacker and the way like the hacker's VR operating system works actually feels like really intuitive, and it makes you feel like you're actually going into different file systems for different like server backends and stuff, and you actually feel like you're doing stuff that a hacker would be trying to do. It's kind of cool. What do you feel about the agent stuff?
So you're telling me you didn't just slam buttons on the keyboard until the bar
No,
filled
that's
up?
something that you got to do because you were the agent trying to be a hacker. The hacker was actually hacking things.
Hey guys, just for an example, this is what I was doing.
Yes, there was
What is
literally a
pause?
point where
Okay.
the hacker and the agent switched sides, which I thought was really cool because at one
Imagine
point,
typing on a keyboard furiously. At one point, I was supposed to pretend to be the hacker, and it was like, do hacking, and it's like literally smash your keyboard until the bar is full, and I did that.
and
And Matt was very upset with me.
the the best part about like this game, one player plays as the agent, the other plays as the hacker. And up to this point, as the hacker, like I've actually had to navigate file systems and like find programs and run them and all this stuff. And then it gets to a point where she needs to direct me to do things. And one of the ways that she got the information to tell me what to do is literally by slamming her keyboard to look like a hacker. I'm like, what is wrong with this picture?
Most of the agent's tasks were go to terminal, give other person access to terminal, go into rooms, don't get detected, give hacker access to terminal, tell hacker what you need in terms of access,
Just like real
give
life.
hacker access to terminal.
The agents on the grounds can't do anything until
I'm
those of
useless
us
without my
back at the
hacker.
computers tell them what to do. Actually, if you think about it, even games like Splinter Cell, like you really can't do anything until you get told what to do.
I mean, yeah.
So, what do you think kids would enjoy about this game, if anything?
For kids, this is an online co op game that has no direct violence and uses puzzles to drive the levels.
You killed
Look, I
my.
just said it. Look, I
You.
just said it. Honestly, I don't know if any kids younger than 13 would enjoy this.
That's true, but also like you murder so many robots.
You don't murder them, though. You
You
just stun
murdered
them.
them.
You stun them with a grenade. And you have to wait for the hacker to even give you the grenade. They're not infinite. So you have to sit there and be like,
No,
hey, I
I
really need
actually
this.
I
And
have
then
to
the
program your
camera.
grenade for it to work. It
That
won't
doesn't
work
even
until I
make any
program it.
sense. But
Yeah. Well, because they emit a pulse on a very fine
you
frequency.
have to throw it in the right area and hope that the camera goes through the little box area of you throwing the stun grenade. And if it doesn't, it can still see you and you fail the mission automatically, which is
I mean,
annoying.
if you were just better at throwing stun grenades, it would be
Okay, anyways,
fine.
so throwing grenades and hoping to hit your target isn't really fun for kids. They'd prefer to shoot things like most other people.
Like most other people.
Like most other people enjoy shooting things. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
All you pacifists, stop listening now.
If a pacifist listens to this podcast, send me an email. Um,
Wow.
like, yes, there is no direct violence, so it's good to be like, hey, kid, you can play this game, and the parent won't have to feel bad because you're not hurting anybody, but also, like, the puzzles get really hard. And at least for me, when it came to switching roles and having to share the hacking responsibilities, I had no idea what was happening. So if I don't know what's happening, it might be hard for some children, just saying. So I don't know. A smarter kid who's maybe interested in that computer tech stuff, maybe, but two younger kids trying to play together, they might not have any idea what they're doing. So I don't know. It's hit or miss. What do you think?
That agent as the hacker level will live on in infamy in my memory and probably forever taint this otherwise wonderful game.
All right. Did we even stream when we were doing that bit? I
I
can't
don't.
remember.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was our first time.
If you want to know, watch our stream.
Fine. Yeah, we only streamed like half our playthrough because
He
the second
says
time
he says I'm mad.
some of us were too angry to record.
I wasn't that mad.
Kids will probably like the creative levels with like interesting visual style, but as Jess said, kids take loosely like probably realistically teenagers and up. Yeah, younger than that probably don't have the patience for this. There are lots of fun interactive elements like controlling robots or turrets. I don't know what the agent does. It looks pretty boring. Well,
I don't control robots or turrets, that's for sure.
you got to talk to people.
No.
Or you got to stand in front of people and hold your phone in their face.
Yes. I got to be a creep and stand over people and scan their phones and hack into their phones. Mostly it was just like being a creep. Like creeping around and
I'm a creep.
taking people's information and then
Oh,
just
actually, no, I'm not a creep.
running through their hotel
She's
rooms
a creep.
and
She's a weirdo.
pretending to be them and going into work and logging in. So those people probably got fired. I probably got lots of people fired.
Yeah.
But it's all in the name of taking down big businesses.
As the government, so
Wait, what? Are we a
we're
government
government
agency?
agents. Yeah. Multiple times it shows you like working with cops in the scene.
We're a government agency taking down the big businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that don't, support the government.
Yeah, now you're making me not like the story of the game.
You think?
Hmm.
Can't help but notice that, like, the hacker doesn't really look like a kosher dude, does he?
What, because he's got cool tattoos on his arm?
No, because he's got, like, the traditionally evil pencil mustache.
It's just, that's, his entire style looks like, what's the word?
Captain Hook, but redhead?
No. Because isn't he wearing like a plaid shirt?
No, he wears, like, a blue shirt.
Isn't it blue plaid, though?
I don't know if it's plaid.
Look
I
it
wasn't
up.
paying that much attention. I'm not looking it up.
Look it up.
Not gonna look it up.
I want to know if it's plaid.
What difference does it make if it's plaid?
Because it's the style I'm thinking
Quit buying
of.
time. We need to actually record, like,
Oh, maybe it's not plaid.
right.
Why did I think it was plaid?
I don't know. You think plaid's
Anyways.
hot or something? Should I get more plaid?
Oh my god, that's not. But I can't think the word, so I can't finish my statement.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Your
He-
statement's been going on for 3 minutes now.
He
So.
was reminding me of the type of people who. Never mind. Okay.
Wow. Now I want you to finish it now. The type of people who what? The type of people who work at Apple.
Are you telling me there are hackers that work at Apple?
What were some things
Okay.
you did not like?
No! You want to know what I did like? I personally really enjoy the characters and the overarching story, even though somebody thinks that one of them's a evil mustache guy.
I actually think they're both evil, but only one has a mustache.
I don't know. I like their style.
You're allowed to have good style when you're evil.
Insert why are all the villains hot?
Right.
No, I don't think they're bad guys. I mean, they both made a point of not trying to kill people.
Right. Okay. So they're not murderers. Guess what? You don't have to be a murderer to be a bad
No,
person.
you obviously have to kill people to be a bad person. I wasn't inherently trying to make people suffer. I mean, what was I doing? I was stealing plans for bioweapons. That's bad. I'm taking down a bad thing. I was I don't honestly I don't know what was happening half the time. Let me be real. I just followed the prompts and did what I was told.
I mean, one of our missions was
Government agent.
we had to hack
The
into the
other thing was
guy's
the
cell
last.
phone to get the program that was erasing people's online identities. As if
Okay.
that was the most evil thing on the planet to like erase your online identity.
Well, if you have your identity completely erased, you can't get credit cards, you can't buy a house, you can't get a job,
I'm sorry,
you
none of
can't
that
have
should be
social
tied to
security.
your Facebook profile. That's all I'm
I
saying.
don't I think it was more than a Facebook profile what they were talking about. Anyways, the last one we had to do that we failed and I gave up on, I think, was a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're fighting the bad guys. We're not the bad guys. We're not the bad guys.
Keep saying it.
We're not the bad
Big
guys.
Brother's not the bad guys.
We're not
Continue.
the bad guy. I did like how to solve puzzles as the agent, but I can't speak for the hacker. Dot dot dot. I can't do the hacker puzzles. I'm too dumb. Um, I enjoyed the futuristic style and how that was incorporated in the gameplay, like in terms of like.
I wish I got to see any of the levels. Some of them sounded like they might have been cool.
Yeah, I feel a little bad for you. Maybe we should have switched roles towards the end, but
Like
I couldn't have done it. I'm
every once in a
sorry.
while, I would switch to a security camera. I'm like, this corner of a room looks interesting. I wonder what the actual room looks like.
It
Sigh.
had very good aesthetics. It was futuristic. Very cool color schemes. Everything like made sense. The whole like this one bit in terms of, how to solve puzzles. So you had to get in a building and you had to pretend to be somebody else. So you had to make sure that one, you were working the correct shift that they were in. So you had to see what the schedule was, and then you had to see people who were actually scheduled to work that day and who was available to take the card or whatever. Oops, I hope that doesn't
Yeah, it
matter.
was fun snooping on people's personal lives.
Yeah.
Oh god, both our mics are picking that up.
Yeah,
Go kick
sorry.
it.
Kicking it's not gonna make it stop beeping, Matt. That's not how you get things to be quiet. I like the one bit where we had to use the lasers, even though it confused me that we were both. So yeah, there are sections where you both have some sort of control over something, and that messed up my
Oh,
brain a lot.
actually, that's like one of the only mechanics that like repeated. So
Sharing
like one,
controller functionality.
literally, it's just the hacker can move a dot left or right, and the agent can move it up or down, and you have to navigate little mazes with it. And it poor Jessica, it took her like so long to realize that like all she had to focus on was up and down, and she kept trying to go left and right.
I still try to do left and right.
And
I can't break
it was to
myself
the
of it.
point where she was trying to go left and she was mad that nothing was happening, and so she started pushing it up or down to get a response out of it. So like she kept running us into walls trying to get the dot to move. Like, Jessica, just relax, like only up
No,
or down.
can't relax.
It's all right.
No, it's not.
Except you are not in control of your destiny.
No. I don't really know what else to say.
What else did you like?
I think I said everything I like, to be fair.
Did you like playing a cooperative stealth game that wasn't Splinter Cell?
I prefer Splinter Cell.
Ouch. Only
Why
because
is
you can
that
murder
ouch?
people.
Yes. I need to murder, or at least incapacitate people. I didn't even get to incapacitate people. This is
I
literally
need
in my
to
notes. I
murder.
used the word kind of sad. I couldn't actually incapacitate people. I'll say that again in a couple minutes. What did you
I
like?
enjoy the parts that made me feel like a hacker, like the parts where you're actually navigating a file system, and like they're laid out in ways you might come across somebody laying out a file system. They're not like completely random strewn about things. They're like mostly logical. Like there's folders that go to subfolders that have things that are sort of related and are all laid out in interesting ways. And like to find the shortcuts to the security camera, you have to go to the first level is a folder on its own, but the second level doesn't have security cameras as a folder. It has information on the various projects that are going on, that kind of stuff. lots of neat ways that they have stuff laid out that like you can tell somebody who knows something about computers designed the hacking system. And it's just interesting. I wish that they had incorporated some sort of scripting mechanic, um, because realistically, that's most of what hacking is. It's writing scripts. But I'm obviously there's only so much you can expect out of not computer literate people playing. You have to expect most people don't have a very large knowledge about computer bases. So what they included I felt was like above what most other games include for hacking. It was pretty cool. What were some things you did not like?
Some things that were not as enjoyable were no clear cut instructions for tasks. Literally, I didn't know what was going on. This game doesn't really hold your hand. It's like this is what you need to do, and it doesn't tell you how to do it. Don't
Well,
expect to get told how to do it.
it tells you what it wants.
Yes.
It's like, give me this, and you're supposed to figure out how to
I'm
get
not going to
that.
give you A and B, I just want C.
Hmm.
Right. The difficulty seemed to jump around. Sometimes I felt like I was having an easier time and then suddenly was very difficult and I didn't really understand why. I don't know how to elaborate on that other than tasks go from being easy to hard very quickly. In terms of, like, for my position, having no really concern about stealth to everything was stealth. I had stuff on me 24/7 and then people were detecting me like immediately and I didn't know why. Or sometimes there'd be like, okay, you need to go through this door. It doesn't mention the fact that, oh, the hardware on you is going to make you picked up in this scanner. So I had to go through the door like 3 times because 2 of the times it didn't know what was
This is
happening.
where communication comes in, because occasionally the agent will run into something and not communicate to the hacker. Oh, I'm about to enter this room clearly marked scanner, because the hacker might have a folder on their UI that's clearly marked scanner. So that
Back to that,
might
how would I
prevent,
know that you had a folder marked scanner?
because when you enter a room that's clearly marked as a
I
scanner,
just
you
supposed to
should.
walk through doorways constantly. That's half the agent's task, just walking through doorways and walking up to terminals. That's what you do. And let me repeat, kind of sad I couldn't actually incapacitate people. You didn't really see a whole lot of people. It was mostly just the robots coming for you, but towards the end there were people who were looking for you. Why couldn't I incapacitate them? Why couldn't I just come behind them and incapacitate them and then they wouldn't come find me?
I mean, like level 2 is in a crowded train car, so
Yeah, but none of them were directly attacking me, you know what I'm saying?
two of them were. Two of
One
them were
one of
actively
them
trying to
wasn't
kill
on.
you.
Oh, okay. Why couldn't I incapacitate them then? It would have been easy as a punch to the throat. Failure came easily from detection or misunderstanding of requirements, like I just said about the
Yeah.
walking through scanners.
I hate all games that have insta fail mechanics, and this is no exception. Failure is often instant.
There were checkpoints though, right?
Yeah, almost all the time there was a checkpoint literally like 30 seconds before a failure point.
It's
So,
just, when you have to do it over and over again, it becomes tedious.
when you can't land a stun grenade next to a robot.
Yeah, yeah. There were like four of the drones, and it's only
Do you know how
one
many drones are on that level?
coming out our corner that I was having issue with.
I don't think you like at one point when I freaked out because you continued walking down a hallway. I think you might have physically seen 4 drones. There were probably like 25 drones on that
Yeah,
level.
guys, you can't even walk 5 feet without getting yelled at by your handler.
like the sheer number of robots in some of those levels that I just steered you away from.
Better question: why is this hotel full of drones? How are people supposed to get their privacy in
Yeah.
a hotel
Well,
that's
the
full of
hotel was
drones?
closed down.
Oh,
Yeah.
why were there stuff in the rooms then?
Because the people evacuated. That's the whole reason we were there.
Oh,
Did
okay.
you not listen to the briefing?
Nope.
Okay. Typical agent.
Shush. You don't know me. There's too much stuff going on one time. All right, so what didn't you like, sir?
For me, some of the levels seemed to last entirely too long. Like, I was enjoying all the new mechanics and I liked figuring things out. But take like level 2 is like the train. It was 2 or 3. When you think you're done with that level, you are maybe halfway, and it just keeps
Going?
going.
And going. Like the Energizer Bunny.
and going.
Going and going and
And then
going.
you think, oh, that was surely the end. That was like a real high stakes thing. And like it even like insinuates you might have failed. You're like, oh, that's kind of ambiguous. Okay. No, it still goes. And then it keeps going. And you're like, but why? Why am I still in this train? Why are there flashing lights and people exploding now? What's going on? And
Why do I have to make chemicals with certain amounts and drip things in, and then
yeah.
it's gonna the train mysteriously stops working?
Why is my partner shouting random words in my ear? I don't understand.
What do colors and numbers have to do with this train stopping?
Yeah. And there were a few levels like that where it honestly feels like you ended the level and like this would be a great point to stop. No, oh, no, no, oh, it's still going. Okay. Just keep going. Just keep going.
So
Just
we
keep.
we um we can at least say on the longevity of this game, it must be a decent amount of time because we didn't beat it.
We're pretty close to the end though. I want to say the level we're on is like called like the final level or something like that.
I don't think it's the final level.
I think there's one level after it for sure, but I agree with you. Some of the levels give you very little info. Usually it's at the very beginning. They just say do this and they give you all these tools and it's the first time ever seeing them and you have to figure out how to use them to get the thing. And for a couple levels there were points where we just stood around for 5 or 10 minutes just figuring out what we could actually do.
Like the weapons locker?
Like the weapons locker, like the train, like the droids and the lasers and stuff. It took us an incredibly long time to figure out how to start playing the level. Once we figured out to start playing the level, though, it moved pretty quickly. But yeah,
There's no
also
tutorial level. You just get thrown into the game.
the evidence lockers took us an incredibly. The worst part about the evidence locker is we actually solved the evidence locker, and we didn't know we solved it, so we just kept staring at it for an incredibly long time. Until finally like we went through step by step and both of us like said every piece of information we had and that was finally like, oh wait, no, this is actually done, we can just leave.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So, yeah, I would say, I mean, in conclusion, this game absolutely requires chat and is online only. No split screen option. Um, so if you want to play it, you need somebody else. It does have a friend pass, just like It Takes Two. It's available if you just download the demo on consoles, and then there's a friend pass listing on PC. You need online subscriptions for consoles. There is crossplay on all consoles. If you don't like puzzle games, don't touch this. If you like computers, offer to be the hacker. Let your friend be the agent. Because the agent, I feel like, is doing all the work.
The
Or
agent does the
excuse me,
grunt
the
work,
hacker is doing all the work. The agent is kind of just along for the ride.
but there are points where the hacker cannot do a thing until the agent does their stuff.
Right. But I never felt like I was doing the bulk of the work. I was just enabling things for you to finish. So once we figured out what we were doing, I was having fun. But when we got stuck on parts, it was like Matt said, stuck at like 5 minutes trying to figure out how to get something, just how to do it. That's not fun for me. So I don't know what else to say. I definitely want to try beating this game because I want to know how it wraps up. But like we had the last time we played, I was too tired to go on, and we had failed like the part. I don't know how many times, and I was like, I'm just done. I can't do this anymore. So we just shut it off. And I wanted to finish the level. I really did, but I did not have the mental capacity. And I think that's what I said. I was like, I don't have the mental capacity to keep playing this.
Yeah, that level, we've already been playing that one level for maybe like 20 minutes, half an hour at that point. And there's this part where there's very little information the hacker can give the agent, and the agent needs to go to very specific locations and do a thing. And then the hacker has like a view of the map and some drones and stuff, and there's a bunch of civilians. So the agent's supposed to be talking to civilians to get access to a thing, and then the agent's supposed to do their thing. And then all of a sudden, the agent gets to a certain point and everything changes. And it was right when that point changed. It was like, oh my god, we haven't been able to like communicate properly to this point because stuff's so difficult, and it literally just got like 4 times as difficult. And I was just like, I don't even think I want to try to explain to the agent what's going on now because I don't think I can properly communicate the amount of things that are now moving that we need to avoid to get this part done. It went from like what felt like 10 out of 10, it went from that to like literally 100 out of 10. And it's like, well, okay, if she wants to be done, I'm not going to argue it at all.
We will try again when I'm awake. Do you want to play this again?
I'm unsure. I wouldn't mind finishing it. I'm more inclined to finish this than It Takes Two, honestly.
I would rather finish It Takes Two because it's cute and makes me laugh, but that's fine. Okay.
Speaking of It Takes Two, are there any similar titles?
Uh, if you're looking for something similar to this, I'm gonna say this thing that Matt keeps yelling at me for saying Portal 2.
Stop saying Portal 2.
Cooperative.
It's co op. It's also like 10 years old.
I don't care how old it is. Play Portal 2 with your friends. You can kill your friends.
Play co op. If you want a co op game, you can kill your friends. Go play Magica 2. Talk about old
Uh,
game.
didn't you intentionally kill me in this game at least once?
More than once.
I think you tried to get me to jump down the grating when the lasers were still there, and I was like, "What are you doing? I'm not jumping down that. The lasers are there." And you're like, "Oh, like you didn't understand." And I'm pretty sure you did understand. I think you just wanted me to kill myself.
I think you're giving me far too much credit.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Because then you told me to do it again, and I'm pretty sure then I did kill myself. So, just saying. I think you wanted me to kill myself. Keep talking and no one explodes. I would say this is probably the closest when I was playing this
Yeah.
game was the first thing that came to mind. I was like, oh, this is just like keep talking because we can't look at each other's screens and we have to be very specific in explaining every single little thing that's happening. Because at one point there's a screen with about 6 different interactive things, and you do explain each one that's flashing at you, and they all need done before failure.
Yeah, Keep Talking's probably the most similar game because it's pure communication. No one person has the whole picture, and you just gotta go off what the other person says, and you do not have the time to second guess anything.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine?
No.
Sorry. What do you think about for similar titles?
Well, Splinter Cell for an adult's game, rated mature. Most of them have co op. It's not quite the same, you're usually both working with the same amount of information, but you do often need to work together to solve stuff. So there's that. And then Jessica suggested Overcooked to me earlier. I don't necessarily agree. They're not super similar, but it is another co-op game where you need more than one person to get stuff done. Got to work together. Got to communicate. Just a good co-op game. There's so few co-op games that hit this niche of like stealth outside of Splinter Cell. It's hard to think of any that are worth mentioning.
Yeah, a lot of games that are very heavy on stealth or single player.
Sniper Elite.
Yeah.
That's about it, really.
Although to be fair, when we're playing Sniper Elite, I'm just getting all the attention by running and gunning, and you're like hundreds of feet away from me, sniping people from a distance, and then I die.
Yeah, the
And you're
way
like,
we
"Yep, I'm
play
not getting you up." So
the way we play Sniper Elite is I spend time getting into a position where I can snipe, and then I try to kill everyone before they murder Jessica.
we should play that on stream together sometime.
Sure.
No, no one wants to see my nut
I don't
shots.
want to be that angry.
Guys, I literally am never looking for them, but I'm constantly getting nut shots. That's just how it happens. Nothing
Most
against men.
people aim center torso. She aims lower torso.
They're not gonna come back for you if you shoot their. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. So, personal rating. You give yours first.
It's worth playing if it's for kids. Make sure they're old enough to be interested in it because it's very likely to go over people's heads regardless of age, honestly. But you need smart kids who want this kind of co-op
And they
experience.
will need a friend with another console. They cannot play on one.
Yeah.
Reminder.
And yeah, a friend on another console who is a nerd or just really loves the co-op experience. And yeah, for adults, if you're not great with computers. It not like I think the game actually needs you to be good with computers, but understanding computers definitely makes hacking easier because you can be one step ahead. Whereas if you didn't understand computers, I can see how it'd be hard to be one step ahead of the agent. Yeah, definitely worth a buy if you can meet those prerequisites.
I
Though.
think it's on sale right now. I don't know for how long though, but it's under $20, right? Is the standard selling price?
Why do you always ask me this?
These are things people take in consideration the price of a game. Just saying.
We take that into consideration. Tell them to buy it. They should just follow our. It's $20.
Yeah, it's not bad. Again, I don't know what the actual link on the gameplay is, but I'm assuming most people are going to take a decent amount of time on this if they're actually going to 100% it or whatever. There's not really any collectibles or anything like that. You're just finishing the missions, as far as I know. I didn't see anything. I don't know what the achievements are like. I don't remember getting that many of them. But personally, I would recommend for those looking for a challenge that are 13 and up. Everybody else, you're probably not going to like this game. Again, I mean, being agent's one thing, but somebody else has to play it as the hacker. And the hacker's job, at least what little taste of I got of it, was not easy. It might be different if there had been like a non-mission that was a tutorial that like walked you through what was supposed to be happening. Maybe I'd understand the hacker's job a bit better, but
Yeah, as a
I,
hacker, you just
I didn't know what was going on.
click on files and folders until you find what the agent's currently doing.
Sounds like what I do at work, but whatever that the thing we did together, I did not know what was happening. So yeah, I mean, I'm interested in finishing it, but if I was like if I had no friends who could do the hacker role and I was literally trying to just find people online to play this, I wouldn't play it. I would need to play with somebody who I knew could do the hacker role that are my friends. I wouldn't be finding randoms online. So, yeah. If you don't like playing with other people, you don't bother playing this game because you can't play by yourself. And make sure you have a headset that works.
Yeah, definitely need voice.
Yep. Yes, let's do our plugs. You guys can find us on Facebook via Family Fun Force. You can join our group at Family Fun Force Pod group. We have a Discord link there. Feel free to join us. That's a great way to find out people play games
How much
with.
does it cost to get a bit.ly link?
What's that?
bit.ly?
What's that for?
Because like we could actually give a link to our Discord if we had a bit.ly link.
Oh,
But
okay.
I think they cost money.
To be fair, the Discord link is on the Facebook page in the group. Also, if you join either of our chats while we're streaming on Twitch, we'll be happy to give that to you. I stream at dragon_of_rampage on both Twitch and YouTube. Where can we find you?
I stream rarely. MR Universe Guy with underscores. And that's pretty much the only place I'm super public.
I have an Instagram now. I try to post pictures right before
Not
I'm
family
streaming,
friendly.
but I don't I mean, I'm posting pictures of what I'm wearing during streams, but yeah, my streams aren't really family friendly. I swear a lot. Matt has to edit out all my swears in this. I don't edit
Oh
my
boy.
swears in my Twitch.
I forgot what the beginning of this one was like.
Just delete all of it.
Just delete the episode? Okay.
No,
We'll
the
record again
beginning.
tomorrow.
Just delete the beginning. Speaking of deleted episodes, when are we gonna redo Mud Runners?
Never. Don't say that name.
Can we do Snow Runners?
I literally mentioned that, and you were like complaining that you want to do something else, and so.
Well, if you decide you want to pick that for your next title, okay. If not, it'll be my next title. But
No, it's your suggestion is your title. I'll get my own title.
okay, fine. It's not going to be this next title, but it'll be the next title. How's that? So, man, what's her next title?
It's one-handed slapping. What? Why are you laughing?
One-handed
Slap.
clapping. We will catch you guys again in another 30 days. Peace.
Bye.
What? Stop!
It's Star Wars. That automatically makes it family
Oh my
appropriate.
god.
I'm also really mad you do that.
Technical
Can't cut that.
difficulties, guy. I do something funny and I f***ed it up.
Yeah. You know, there's like actually a keyboard in this room that's not connected. Just stop pressing buttons!
This is what you're getting. I'm sorry. Unless you're gonna edit out every single one of my coughs.
I mean, I already edited out every one of your ums, and that's a painstaking process.
You know what? You're undervalued. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. So, for kids...
You were about to go, and I was going to say...
You don't know what I was about to do.
Turn around and smack you so hard.
You don't know what I was about to do.
No one ever
I'm trying to say that people who work at Apple are uneducated.
Oh. You want to do that one again?
No.
Stop saying Oh my god. That's no better.
Ew.